The following program was recorded at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park on Monday, July 30th, 2018. This is Share the Vision, presented by the Resource Center, a discussion of the programs and services of the Resource Center and about issues related to individuals with disabilities. Hello from Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park for Resource Center night at the Ballpark, and very exciting here for a number of reasons. Joining me to begin the discussion, Steve Watterson, Community Relations Director at the Resource Center. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, and always delighted to come down here for the ball game, but the most important thing I need to ask at the moment is, where did the bright shirts come from?
Well, these are shirts that we are giving to all Resource Center employees who come down to the game tonight, and something we do every year for TRC night at the Ballpark.
Well, and these have a tie-dye look to them with bright green and purple and a little bit of white. And Mark Morton, for example, is standing right in front of us here, and that is really, he stands out.
He does stand out, yes. They're very eye-catching, the shirts this year, and we want everybody in the stands to know that the Resource Center is in the house, and these shirts are helping us do that.
It would certainly accomplish that goal. Steve, people who listen to this program regularly may remember some other shows we've done at the Resource Center night at the Ballpark, but remind people why we are here.
We do this every year, and we name this event the Greg Peterson TRC night at the Ballpark. Greg Peterson, obviously a local celebrity, huge baseball supporter in Jamestown, and Greg served on the boards of directors of the Resource Center and TRC Foundation for 40-plus years, and we decided an appropriate way to honor him for all that he's done for us and for people with disabilities is to have our annual Night at the Ballpark dedicated in his honor. So Greg's here, and it's really just a great opportunity for us to come out here, show our support for the Jammers as they're ahead for the playoffs this year, and hoping that we beat the rain and have a wonderful night.
There's a light misty rain here at the moment as we speak, and it's just a little less than an hour before the start of the ball game. And I know the Jammers are very interested in playing tonight here at home. It's their last scheduled home game. They're looking for a win to catapult themselves into the top position in the playoffs. As you mentioned already, they have clinched a place in the playoff. They would like to be the best team in the league. A win tonight combined with a few other things would guarantee that. And we will hopefully delve into that a little further with Anthony Barone, the coach and manager of the Jammers, in just a minute here. Other things happened that are Resource Center related here, though, Steve, and let's cover that for a second before I break away. The first pitch of the game tonight.
I believe that Jane Young, our Employee of the Year, reigning Employee of the Year, will be throwing out the first pitch.
Right now, I'm going to try and step inside and catch up with Anthony Barone.
Sounds great.
Anthony Barone, coach, manager of the Jamestown Jammers, friend and dedicated professional, right at the climax of the season here tonight. Final home game. Yeah. Fingers crossed for the weather. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is really what it's all about. Playing all season long, having a good season, and a lot on the line at your last home game. And I know having the Resource Center here for their night here is also a special night. So it gives our guys a lot of energy. Community, there's a lot of buzz, and we're excited to have it being played tonight.
What is so important tonight for you and the baseball team?
Yeah. Well, if we win tonight, we clinch the 1 seed. We get a bye in the playoffs. So we can take care of a lot of business right here tonight at home. We have either tonight or tomorrow to win a game. So we hope we can get it done tonight in front of a nice crowd and sort of relax tomorrow. But, it's baseball, and nothing's ever easy.
Who are you up against here tonight? Who are you
Geneva. Yeah.
And are they a stubborn competitor?
Yeah, they're very good, very talented, very stubborn competitor, very big rivalry for us. Every time we play them, it's a good game, so it's going to be a good challenge tonight.
You've had a huge year this year. Give me the elements of the team, the essence of the success, Anthony. How did it happen? Great coach, great manager.
Yeah, a lot of it's just consistency, with our staff, all the way from my pitching coach, Hayden Carter, that's been with me 3 years, Matt Warren, that does a lot of the other stuff throughout the team. Just consistency, with our organization and what we're trying to do as a team. Every year we try to have the same thoughts and philosophies, and I think the stability of just having the same people here in the organization really helps out a lot, and getting the right types of players to come in and understand what we're trying to do.
great to have on this final home game of the season, assuming the weather cooperates, a good crowd from the Resource Center and very, very brightly colored shirts this year, so you'll know that the crowd is there. No one's going to be hiding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's awesome. I love every night. Every year that the Resource Center does this, they have a different color shirt. I know that. So it's always something that stands out. But no, their philosophies and their mission as an organization, it's great. The Resource Center does so many wonderful things for so many people throughout the community and the county, and we're really lucky to have such a great organization, and we're lucky that they partner with us every year, and we love partnering with people that do good things, and we're really blessed to have them here in the community.
One moment for you, just your emotion at this moment. Are you so experienced in this that you don't get butterflies?
No.
Here we are less than an hour before game time.
No, I get butterflies still. Every day, every game day I have butterflies all the way up to first pitch. Stomach's always churning, and it never gets old, and it never gets to be something that you don't get nervous for. As an athlete, as a competitor, as a coach, we always get nervous. And I think if I didn't get nervous, I don't think I'd be doing what I loved.
Well, congratulations to you. I've known you, and we've talked every year since you first came here to Jamestown and brought collegiate level baseball to this stadium, and you have developed a great track record of success and been superb in getting the team to relate to the community, and all of that is of great value. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. You've been a great friend, Dennis, and I'm so appreciative of everything you've done for us.
I'll still be your friend, whatever happens tonight.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
And just like it was fun seeing our guys today. They were out in the community, and they were out at a couple parks, the Parks Department, and the summer programs. Just all the different things they get involved with in the summer. It's not just about baseball, but other things we do too.
Were they talking to kids about ball, or just talking?
Yeah, just they went there to play kickball with the kids, and just we're a part of the community, and I think that's what's so much different about collegiate baseball compared to professional baseball. So I think our community is very lucky to have such fine young men coming into Jamestown every summer.
Good luck in the playoffs.
Thanks, Dennis.
Anthony Barone, he's the coach-manager of this very successful Jamestown Jammers team, and we're now about 40 minutes or so to the first pitch. You hear him laughing in the background. Mark Morton is here. Steve Watterson suggested if you could get a minute, we could talk. Maybe we ought to just come over here a little bit. Yeah. There's still some light drizzle. I've stepped outside from Anthony Barone's office. Still some light drizzle here. I hope there's a ball game tonight.
I hope there's a ball game. We're really hoping the weather pans out.
Give me your title at the Resource Center so I can get it right for the listeners here.
It's the Assistant Executive Director for Employee Relations.
So this is a great night for employee relations.
It is a good night for employees and their families. So we provide 4 tickets for each employee, and then we're giving out some nice T-shirts, tie-dye T-shirts, which says TRC staff are groovy. We also honor Greg Peterson, a longtime board member, and he's been associated with the Resource Center in baseball. So it's TRC night for Greg Peterson and also all our employees. So we combine the 2 nights together. And
about how many people work at the Resource Center, give or take?
We're talking between 1,500 and 1,600 employees.
In Chautauqua County.
With our allied industries included. Yeah.
You are one of the major employers in this region.
Yes, we are. Yep, we are.
Do you have all the people that you need, or are there openings today?
Well, there are openings. Our direct support staff openings, and we have openings at some professional positions. So, yep, we do have some openings. So we encourage those looking to get on our website, and there's a job board, and there's a list of positions that are available. So
you get the impression, or you hear, at least nationally, that the job market is tightening up and that it's harder to find people. Is that your experience too?
I think there's a little more competition now than there was, so it is tightening up. But we're trying to get some recruitment going, and we have some new things, direct support career ladder, and we're starting a management training program. So we're going to be doing some advertising here and kind of freshening up our recruitment so that we can be competitive. And
Mark Morton, give us a little bit of the sell then. It's good to work for the Resource Center because
it's great to work for the Resource Center.
Pardon me.
Because of the people that we serve and the mission. Our mission is so important, and it means so much to our staff to come in each day and support individuals, and they get a lot back. Our employees get a lot back. I'll be 40 years in September, and I'm so happy that I found the Resource Center when I did, and that I could make a career of it. And
what was your first job at TRC?
My first job was what we can now call a direct support professional working in one of our residential homes. It was on Pardee Avenue, and I just have loved it ever since, and been able to move up through different positions to the position I'm in today.
DSP is often the first rung on the ladder for a lot of people, but it's not the only first rung. If people are not interested in direct support, there are other entry-level jobs that they could go for.
We provide transportation, so we have driver positions. We provide facilities maintenance, so there's positions in maintenance. We have cooks, we have housekeepers, so there's a variety of entry-level positions.
And may I ask you about upward mobility? I mean, this is the story of your career for 40 years, but it's an opportunity that's available for people who might come to work at TRC on that first rung this week, today, this year.
Yes, I mean, if you start as a direct support professional, we did create the career ladder where you can go from a careerist to a lead, and now we're making that bridge so that you can go to a management level position, a manager, assistant manager, and there's some levels above that too, which do require maybe having to get a bachelor's degree, but we provide some tuition reimbursement and support doing that. So I think somebody started out as a DSP can definitely make a career out of a job at the Resource Center.
We've done a lot of serious talking here, Mark, so let's make it fun for a moment. You a baseball fan?
I definitely am. I'm a Cleveland Indians fan.
I was just going to ask you what team. Well, you know, we at Media One, we've been broadcasting the Indians games.
I've been listening to some of those. That's been great. I was really happy to hear that. So
on WKSN,
Yep.
and I hear they're a pretty good team this year.
They are. They're doing well. They're in first place by maybe 9-10 games, so that's good.
Yeah, and exciting night to be here for the Jamestown Jammers, assuming the game plays. Light rain here at the moment, but their last home game, they win this, and they've clinched the highest seed in the playoffs, according to
I heard
Anthony
that today,
Barone.
so that's really good news, and hope our staff can enjoy watching the team play and getting their T-shirt and maybe hopefully winning a prize.
Yeah, well, Mark Morton, thank you for your time. Thanks for your work and your enthusiasm on behalf of the Resource Center.
Okay, thanks, Dennis.
Enjoyed speaking with you. Here at a picnic table is the man for whom the night is named. His name is Greg Peterson. Great to see you at Greg Peterson night at the ballpark once again, Greg.
I'm delighted and honored that the Resource Center thought worthy enough to have an evening here at Dietrich Park. So it combines a couple of passions of my life, and I'm thrilled to do so.
Well, and this has happened before, so they must have been successful previously, because these Greg Peterson nights and the T-shirts and the crowds, they just keep coming. All for you, Greg.
Well, I especially have this great tie-dye shirt tonight, green and purple, with my name on it, and it's talking about the TRC staff, and they're groovy. My gosh, it flashes back to maybe my time period, Dennis, because you're so young, probably don't remember that.
Groovy? I was in the groovy era too, Greg. Your passion for the Resource Center, you talked about that a moment ago. Describe that to me, because you've made a long-term, may I say, lifetime investment in this place.
Well over 40 years, as long as I've been back here in Jamestown after my academic spin. I was lined up back in 1977 with the Resource Center, its early board. I can still recall when they had their first budget, which exceeded $1 million, a major milestone, and now, of course, it's many, many millions of dollars. And so you can't help but be so proud of an organization. And if I could, Dennis, I mentioned this at a presentation some time ago, but one of the great attributes of the Resource Center is that it's, over 50 years, and they've only had 3 executive directors, which is an amazing statement to say, from Mike Raymond to Paul Shazana to now Denise Jones, that continuity of high-level staff management is remarkable and certainly has led to its stream of success.
Your passion for baseball, Mr. Peterson, is also pretty well known in the community. Has that been with you since you were a boy around town?
I belonged to a knothole club here back when it was the Jamestown Tigers. That's early 60s. And my dad would drop me off essentially to go see my grandfather. My grandfather was a season ticket holder, and I don't know what my dad was thinking, but he just dropped me off at a young age saying, go find Grandpa, you'll enjoy baseball. So that became the beginning of a long run and continued run with interest in professional baseball. and baseball here in Jamestown generally. It's just a great thing to be able to say, and a great attribute for the economic development of our area, that we have that in our toolkit, this kind of level of baseball. It's really a wonder.
I was interviewing Anthony Barone, coach and manager of the Jammers, just a few minutes ago here, Greg, and he's done such a great job of building teams and being successful here. One hopes that collegiate-level baseball can stay in Jamestown now. I mean, in today's world, nothing is a sure thing.
True. Nothing is assured. One of the things I like about this college-level baseball league is that these individuals, they all have to be college students, they all have to be amateurs, are given 110%. And they really are here to win and to develop a skill, taking absolutely nothing away from our days when we were affiliated with Major League Baseball, which was all wonderful to talk about. We had the first-round draft pick, second-round draft pick, but got to keep in mind it was instructional. At that time, players came and they were instructed by infield coaches, hitting coaches, pitching coaches, etc. And they'd be pulled after 50 pitches. They would bunt when you wonder why they were bunting, just to show them and to be able to be part of the instruction. So here, with these college kids, they're here to win.
Swinging for the fences, so to speak.
They are, and they've obviously had great success this year.
Well, Greg, thank you for your time and your love for TRC, baseball, the community. We haven't even said anything about the Robert H. Jackson Center, which is also a great passion of yours, but you are a real asset to this organization for whom we speak on the air today and for the community as a whole.
Well, thank you, Dennis, and of course your support is unparalleled with regards to the community, certainly the Resource Center, among everything else that you do. So thank you for having me on.
You're very kind. I had shut off the recorder and was sitting and talking with Greg Peterson for a moment when another pair of people sat down just across from us, and I quickly restarted the machine. Yeah.
Who's throwing out the first pitch? You are? Fantastic. Well, let's get her on, man.
So Greg Peterson, I'm sitting here with Greg Peterson. Greg just asks, who's throwing out the first pitch? And it's this pretty girl sitting opposite us.
I'm honored and privileged because she's been such an impact with the Resource Center generally, and always the lady behind the scenes, effectively behind the scenes, and here she's going to go out on the forefront. I will give you
going to take the picture, though? Somebody else. It's Jane Young. That's who we're talking about. And she's well known throughout the entire community.
I assume she's got a backup. We got Plan B here for the camera?
Well, I'm going to hand it over to Steve Watterson, and we'll see what he can do.
Steve, all right.
Jane Young, congratulations on being the person to throw out the first pitch here tonight. Who's sitting next to you?
Don Landquist, my counterpart.
Has he been coaching you
We have practice this weekend. 60 feet, 6 inches, and I made it several times.
Good for you. And, a 60, 70, 80 mile an hour? Or?
Oh, no speed involved. Fairly accurate in local, getting to him high, low, here and there, but it was there.
Jane Young, you earned this opportunity because you were named the Resource Center's Employee of the Year. Congratulations again on that designation, that honor, your sense of the occasion tonight, the occasion of winning that honor.
It still is hard to believe. It's a wonderful honor to have been named that. I'm just speechless, and I know people find that hard to believe, but I'm just honored to do that and to be able to do this tonight, to have the ability. And
the guy sitting next to her just got a slap, folks. That's what you heard there.
To be able to throw the pitch out tonight as part of that award.
You love the Resource Center.
I do. This is my 38th year of being part of that wonderful organization and supporting our people with disabilities.
Is that the essence of the love, the essence of the relationship that keeps you so spirited, so motivated for this place, this movement?
Absolutely. I know it's all about giving the supports to these people, but it's also, we are on the receiving end all the time. We just had our Laurel Run last weekend, and on Friday for the relay, when I was at Jones and Gifford for the kickoff, it was Old Home Week for all the folks from the work center that came to me to give me hugs and accolades. It was good for my heart, so it's quite reciprocal on both ends.
Aside from being a photographer, remind the listeners of what your day-to-day title and work are at the Resource Center.
For 34 years, I was at the Work Center, and for the past 3.5 years, I have been at the Foote Avenue ICF, and I am a nursing office assistant, and I love every moment of this as well.
Well, great to have an opportunity to talk to you always, Jane, Don as well, and I wish you the best when you step out. Are you nervous now?
Not a bit.
Is she telling the truth?
Yes.
Okay, well, have a great time out there. And I'm sure Steve will get a pretty good picture of you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Jane Young throwing out the first pitch tonight. She's renowned in Resource Center circles as a photographer as well as for her work for the institution. This is Share the Vision. We're at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park. The skies are brightening some. The rain has tapered off for the moment. Looks like there will be a ball game here tonight. And we're going to give you a little bit of the opening ceremonies as they get underway here shortly. I was walking toward the third base side of the stadium when I was quickly stopped by someone else whom I know. Jim Alexander does not work for the Resource Center, but he's here tonight, and I'm going to put him on the air for a minute. I know Jim well, and he's here with a lot of hats on, a lot of shirts on at the same time. Hi, Jim.
Thanks, Dennis. Yes, I'm here at the Compere table. We have a raffle going on to support the Compere program, which I'm involved in as a member of their advisory board, and also a volunteer in the program. My good friend that is here with me is Doug Anderson. He just walked past, and yes, we're doing a raffle. This helps support our Compere program in the Jamestown and the Chautauqua County area.
And you told me it's also Kiwanis Night.
It is Kiwanis Night, so the members of the Jamestown Kiwanis Club are here supporting the Jammers, and we should be somewhere over on the first base side tonight. So we have a lot of neat things going on.
Always great to see you, Jim, and good luck with everything tonight.
Thank you, Dennis. You have a great night.
So we're assembled here at the third base side at the gate. Mark Morton's taking the first picture of Greg Peterson and Jane Young as they prepare to step out onto the field here. Jane has the ball that she's going to use for the first pitch in her hand. Take another one, Jane says. Take another one. Tell you, folks, you look somewhere in the media, Facebook, Resource Center's website, these shirts this year are really, really bright. The announcer upstairs is saying it's time for the opening ceremonies. Matt Warren has taken the mic down on the field now. Round of applause when Matt says we're in the playoffs. People are cheering. They know.
Stop by and say hello to them at our concourse tables. But we want to welcome you to our opening ceremonies here tonight, and we have a very special ceremonial first pitch for you this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Resource Center Employee of the Year, Jane Young and Greg Peterson. And Jane is here to
huge cheer for Greg Peterson and Jane Young as they walk toward the mound now. Catcher for the Jammers is assuming his position, getting ready to receive that pitch. And Jane said she'd been practicing. Cameras are ready. Greg is giving her, there's the pitch, and it is a little short of home plate, but not bad. The catcher's coming now with Greg to meet Greg and Jane. Sign the ball. More pictures are being taken out there now. Greg's getting in one of them. These are going to be memorable pictures this year just because of that tie-dye T-shirt that's green and purple and very, very bright. TRC staff, it's groovy, it says on the back.
Good job, Greg Peterson.
Jane's shaking hands with Anthony Barone, now taking her camera back. Jane, the major leagues are calling.
Woo! They said they want you to go back out one more time.
Thanks, Angel.
It's time for team introductions now.
Because of the limitations of time, you won't be able to hear all the players introduced here on Share the Vision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as the Honor America of the performing of our national anthem performed tonight by Angel Rodriguez.
Angel Rodriguez is a direct service professional at the Resource Center.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, who brought stripes and bright stars through their perilous fight. Oh, the Lamb we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for listening to our show, the 2018 Greg Peterson Night at the Ballpark. The Jammers did go on to win that game in an exciting finish 5-4 over Geneva. Interestingly enough, Geneva is also the Jammers' first-round opponent in the playoffs. And so far as I speak to you on Saturday, Jamestown has won one game, Geneva has won one game. The third game of the best-of-3 series will be played at a neutral field later today, Saturday. The reason for that? The Jammers' home field, Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park, is unavailable for them now because of the Babe Ruth World Series that has come to Jamestown. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing the vision today.